Russia and China just took major steps yesterday in reordering the world order, creating what many are calling a new world order. And I would argue that that's correct. When you're literally taking the world off of a U.S. reserve currency and you're shifting the entire power dynamic to Russia and China and BRICS nations, that is a new world order. And you're watching it unfold right before our eyes. This is a moment in history we'll be able to tell our children about the decline of U.S. hegemony, the rise of what we're seeing right now. And so, yeah, we had Putin and Xi Jinping, of course, with their big meetings over the past few days, saying goodbye early this morning as Xi Jinping was flying out. And they accomplished a lot. They signed a multi-part economic and military framework. They're going to use Chinese currency to settle trades instead of the U.S. dollar. Think about that for a minute. They're going to be using the Chinese yuan to settle trades instead of using U.S. currency.
Now, not only does that account for a large part of the global population because of the size of China and Russia, but they are also encouraging, and President Putin is encouraging other nations to do the same in Africa, in South America, in Latin America. Where else? He mentioned 3 different places. And so those places that are suffering from Western sanctions are absolutely motivated to try to do that. Because if you are, say, Argentina, and you would like to, continue to finish your nuclear reactors in order to get affordable energy to your people, but you are suffering from Western sanctions, and the West continues to lean on you to sanction Russia, you can say, okay, I don't need to deal with this then. I have options now. Right.
And that's the key, right, is the options for them. And regardless of how you feel about it, I mean, this is a major, major story that the West is completely downplaying. They're much more concerned about Trump being arrested than anything else. They don't even want you to know the decline of the U.S. economy right now and the banking crisis. Like, all the headlines are about storms in California, which they're big, and Trump being arrested. But never mind what's actually going on with this unipolar disaster and the multipolar rise that we're seeing. Going now, Putin and Xi, they're going to build a massive new border infrastructure. So among the 14 agreements, a new border infrastructure, which expands agricultural cooperation. They'll be improving the cooperation of exchanging energy, minerals, metals, chemicals. I mean, what else is on there on the list, for crying out loud? Right?
Things that they actually mine and control. We've done reports here about how the United States does have a lot of these resources, but environmental groups are stopping the mining of those things. And so if you want your nice electronics and smart cars and EVs, you're not going to be able to get them from American manufacturing.
We don't do any uranium mining in the United States. We have one uranium mine in the United States. One. How did that happen? Because we're idiots.
As we've reported here, the United States was pioneers in the uranium mining industry.
So we gave that away. We gave that away. This is all a man-made disaster, by the way. You can see it, right? We could have been leading that charge, but instead we're not. So metals, chemicals, minerals, they signed these 14 total agreements, including nuclear energy, with a shared cooperation of building faster neutron reactors. The governments also agreed to create a new joint television station that would share information. These guys over the past few days, like shaking hands and they seem like they were like best friends, in these meetings. Oil exports to China have exploded. And another area of agreement moving forward is on this massive new pipeline, the Mongolian pipeline from Russia to China. So massive new oil and hydrocarbon pipeline from Russia to China.
Now, I've seen some comments online that Joe Biden made this possible because it could be interpreted that nothing brings people together like a common enemy. And as they continue to be, the butt of aggression from the United States, then, of course, they're motivated to make this work more than ever before.
Right.